Hi, welcome to Brainweaver's E-Trade Retail Management System. In today's session, we will discuss about one of the utility feature in Brainweaver's E-Trade Retail Management System. In this utility, we will discuss how to manage quick orders. To invoke the interface either from the utility menu, we can choose quick order cost sheet. Otherwise, in the toolbar also you can invoke the icon for quick order or order taking. Suppose you are getting fresh orders through WhatsApp, email or by telephone. You can enter the order information with the help of this quick order interface. We can enter the customer name, contact number, location, the date on which this order is required. Also, we can mention a brief about the order. Once you enter the order, system will automatically assign this order into pending order list. Once this pending order is finished, by clicking this deliver button on the specific order, we can move this pending order into the delivered orders or finished orders. Similarly, if you wish to delete or remove or cancel an existing pending order, by placing the cursor on a specific order, by selecting or clicking this cancel button, we can cancel this order without executing it. Depend upon the nature of the company or business you are doing, you can customize this quick order form with various scenarios. If you are receiving this order from your existing customer, instead of typing the name address information, by clicking this customer button, whatever customer ledger you have created, that will appear in this list. By choosing a specific customer from this list, you can autofill the customer information. Similarly, if you are getting an order from a supplier, existing supplier, by clicking this supplier button also, system will pop up or display the list of all the suppliers details. From this details list also you can choose the concerned supplier. So you can save the data entry time by picking or selecting the specific supplier or customer from this list. Also, by clicking this walk-in button, whatever walk-in customers you have registered while generating the sales invoice, all the walk-in customers information will be also appear in this list. So in different ways, instead of typing the contact information manually, you can choose it from the existing data. Here, for example, consider the nature of business is a catering company. We have received an order from one of the customer to say we received a catering order from Mr. Harilal. His contact information is This is the contact information. The location information we can mention here, and the date on which the order is required to execute. Today is 15. Suppose 25th January is the execution of this order, or expected requirement is on 25th January. Here we can mention the items or services ordered. Here we can mention a brief about the order details. Just for a demonstration purpose, consider we are doing a catering business. We have received an order for lunch for 500 plates at the rate 500 per plate. Total amount agreed rupees 2,50,000. Advance received rupees 50,000. Venue Minerva Convention Center, Kochi. So this is the item or service or order details I am entering, that this order is for 500 plates of lunch at the rate 500 per plate we have agreed. The total amount is 2,50,000. Advance what we have received is 50,000. Venue at Minerva Convention Center, Kochi. Once you have entered all this information, by clicking this save button, we can add this new order into the pending order list. Here we can see the new order is appeared in the pending order. By clicking this print button, we can take the printout of this order. If you are maintaining the details manually, whatever expenses being incurred against this order, if you want, we can mention it in this printout manually. Otherwise, we can also manage. Suppose you are having so many pending orders at the moment. In one day, there will be 2 or 3 events. In each event, you may be spending payment for different purposes. For the purchasing or for any special services, you will be making payments. Normally, there will be one event manager or catering manager. He will be coordinating everything, or the supervisor may be coordinating all the catering events, and later the concerned person will give the cost information to the accountant who is handling the books of accounts. If you wish to see at the end of each event, if you want to track how much expenses I have incurred against each event, that we can manage in Brainweaver's e-trade retail management system with the help of cost sheet or preparation of cost sheet against each order. In this latest order, what we have received is, we received an order from Mr. Harilal. The venue is the question. The order details we have entered here. If you wish to modify any of the information in this pending order, by placing the cursor on a specific pending order and by pressing this or clicking this modify button, you can make the changes in this order information. Once the changes are done, by pressing the save button again, you can update the pending order information. So let us enter few expenses we have incurred against this specific order. By putting the cursor on this specific order and by clicking this cost sheet, we will get a new interface to mention all the expenses that we have incurred against this specific order. Here we can see the order number this is the unique order number assigned by the system. 401 is the pending order number. When we click on the cost sheet, here also we can see the cost information we are going to enter belongs to the order number 401. Here on 15th January, on this day, I have entered this pending order. We have initially received an advance amount of 50,000 from this customer. So let me mention this advance amount. Advance amount received. Here you can see there are few columns here. One is expenses or cost incurred. The another one is customer advances. The customer may be giving you the advance partially, maybe various times or various intervals. So since we have received an initial advance of 50,000, we can mention it here in the customer advance column. If you have incurred any expenses but the payment is not yet done, that expenses you can mention in amount payables. Also, if you are giving any advance to your own staff for the purchase or meeting any of the expenses relating to this specific order, that you can also enter in the field amount receivables from a specific staff. Here in the first entry I am mentioning is advance amount received 50,000. Here we can mention received initial advance from customer Mr. Harilal rupees 50,000. If you have issued any receipt against this advance, we can also mention receipt number also here for easy reference and verification. Once you entered all the information and the proper narration, by clicking this add button, we can post this entry into this specific order. Suppose in the another day, you have sent or spent some expenses towards the purchase of the rice. Rice purchase. The cost incurred is, suppose you have purchased 50 kg of rice. 2,000 rupees you have paid for the purchase of rice. Here we can mention paid for the purchase of 50 kg of price wide bill number so and so from ABC traders. Here you can mention a narration about the expenses you have incurred as paid for the purchase of 50 kg of rice, wide bill number so and so from so and so company. After entering this information, you can press add button. Another day, suppose you have paid purchase of chicken. Suppose you have paid 10,000 rupees for the purchase of chicken. You can mention here purchase chicken from fresh chicken center. You can also mention whatever information is there. You can mention it here for more clarity. When you audit all the expenses at the end of this event. In this way, suppose you are again for the purchase of some specific things, you have paid or issued advance to your staff. Thomas driver. Suppose you have paid advance amount to Sir Thomas for the purchase of some things. We can also mention it here as amount receivables. Once Mr. Thomas has purchased and he will produce us the bill information, that time we can make it as an expense by modifying this cost information. Here we can enter the narration like paid for the purchase of vegetables. Paid advance for the purpose of for the purchase of vegetables. In this way, till the end of this event, whatever expenses you have incurred against this specific order, you can mention it or write it. And at the end of each event, you will have a details of or tracking of all the expenses. You can also make a comparison at the end against this specific order. What is the total receipts and what is the total expenses? And we can easily identify what is the profit from this event, whether it is in profit or whether it is in loss, right? We can easily identify. And at the end of this event, we can take the printout of this order information and pass it to the concerned person who is handling the accounts. He can verify each and every expense details with the supporting document, and he can post all these post expenses into the accounting journal entry. If you want to modify any of this information later by placing the cursor on a specific cost element and by clicking this modify button, you can modify it. Once the modification is completed, by clicking the add button again, we can modify this transaction. And also, By clicking this orders button, whatever pending orders are there at the moment, that you can see in this report. Here we can see total pending orders is 7. So at the moment we have 7 pending orders in our order list. Here we can see on what date the order deadline is, who is the customer, what is the contact information, and also a brief about the order. All such information we can see in these pending order reports. You may be spending payment to various events on daily basis, and if you want to track on each day or a specific date range how much expenses I have paid against various pending orders, that also you can track here by entering the date range, and by clicking this post report we can see what are the expenses you have incurred or how many payments or cash you have spent against various orders during the date range you have selected. That you can retrieve with the help of this report. If you want to see all the cost information regarding all the pending orders, you will get the expense details timesheet, means daily basis what are the expenses you have incurred against various pending order. That summary report also you will get by clicking order cost tracking and timesheet button. This is also very useful for monitoring every day pending order wise as well as date range wise cost incurred report that you can track with the help of this order cost tracking and timesheet report. So you can very efficiently manage cost tracking or cost incurred details against each order you have received with the help of this cost sheet. This feature is very useful. Depend upon the nature of business you are doing, we can customize this feature to keep an efficient system of cost accounting in Brainweaver's e-trade retail management system. We have various other utilities available in Brainweaver's e-trade retail management system that we will discuss in the next sessions. So thank you for watching this video.